Well, I see your electronics, at least, survived yesterday. I got up yesterday. The email wouldn't come through on my phone. Go figure. Restarting? Oh, no. Didn't make a difference. So, if I've been out of communication with you, it's because I haven't seen your email yet, but I'll get to it. Hopefully this will clear and we'll be out of the woods. Wasn't that cool seeing Mercury cross over the sun? Except on YouTube, you won't see that again until 2032. So that was really amazing. But it still happens 3-4 times a year, like we talked about yesterday. It's just when you get to see the phenomenon that it's really cool. Okay, we are moving on. We got a busy week this week, actually. It's, it was so quiet last week. We've got some aspectual action happening this week. But today we would be amiss if we didn't talk about the full moon in Taurus, right? And for you early birds getting up and listening to this at the first part of your day, it happens at 8:35 a.m. Eastern Time. So you guys on the West Coast in the United States, and of course I'm just talking about the United States, those of you in Europe, this will be happening in your afternoon, and down under you can just translate all the time conversions accordingly. But 8:35 a.m. Eastern Time in New York, full moon in Taurus. And why that is especially important is because the moon is exalted in Taurus. So in other words, when the moon is in Taurus, it is at its best. Exalted, magnified. So everything we're going to talk about here, just amp it up, right? Consider it on steroids. Now, my good friend Rosie Cutter, great astrologer, met her in Aspen. We've been working on some things together. She put a post on her Rosie Cutter Destiny Cards Facebook page, full moon, and this was kind of cool. Here was a little list of things around this full moon, and I thought I would just read the list, and then we can pick it apart where the aspects are. So the full moon I always look at as our releasing phase, right? We want to catch the peak of it, and then as it crests and starts to go back into its waning phase, that's when we want things to fall off in our life, in essence. But here was a good astrologer who was taking a look at some of the other aspects and embellishing this a little bit, so I thought it was kind of fun. So first of all, intense healing portal opening through meditation. Where's that coming from? Well, where I am, and your geographical location may vary on this, it is happening in the 6th house. That's the house of health. Now, there's another important connection through this list, and that's Neptune. Okay, so the moon is 19 degrees Taurus. Neptune is 15 degrees Pisces. That's a sextile relationship, very easy, favorable, if you will, easy. And Neptune is, of course, in Pisces and, again, geographically depending in the 4th house. So we have the moon in the 6th house in Taurus, Neptune 4 degrees off in Pisces at 15 degrees. So there's your intense healing 6th house portal opening through meditation, Neptune. Okay? Heightened ability to see through the veil into the spirit world. You know, a couple of places this could come in. One would be, again, that tied to Neptune, because Neptune in Pisces, even though Neptune is in retrograde, is just a portal to the spirit realm, especially internal when you factor that retrograde in there. So Neptune in Pisces, and there's a really cool trine between this moon and Saturn-Pluto. So the whole Pluto element of the subconscious would open that portal as well on this full moon. Fire that trigger off, baby. All right? Another one, intuition will peak at an all-time high. I think we just covered that. Blessings in abundance. Ooh, this is a good one. Somebody picked up on this. Mars sextile Jupiter. Mars is at 25 degrees Libra. Jupiter today on this full moon is at 25 degrees Sagittarius. By the way, that 25 degrees reminds me that 29 is right around the corner. So you have another, 11, 14 days to get things done under this Jupiter-Sagittarius energy before it goes. I'm saying get it done before. Don't pay your taxes at 11:59 on April 15th, for goodness sakes. Let's get this done early because it will go in, and I think the date on that is November 25th to get it all done early. That's to have Jupiter in Sagittarius's signature on anything that you would like to create or, stamp a birth chart, if you will, cast an astrological chart with Jupiter in Sagittarius on that project or event, because Jupiter will not be back home for another 12 years. And as Steve Forrest has said in the Book of Fire audiobook that I'm still working on, once it's gone, it's gone. But today, we have Mars firing that Jupiter off. I mean, you talk about just happy expansion. I get a great feeling even saying the words Mars is sextile Jupiter today on this full moon. That is a B12 shot, baby, in the left rump. Go for it. Actually, that's a pretty good metaphor. You're going to be feeling like you are on some B12, baby. All right, let's get through this list. Next, unforeseen relationship truths revealed. Where's Venus? Venus is in Sagittarius, and it is square Neptune. And it is also, this full moon in Taurus is opposite Mercury in Scorpio. And of course, it's opposite the sun. That's obviously what the full moon is. But where secrets come from and conversations around those secrets would come from the moon being opposite Mercury in Scorpio. Go down, dig that stuff up, and bring it out. Here's another one. Explosion of money. Yeah. Where's that coming from? Taurus. Full moon in Taurus. Taurus in the zodiac rules the second house. The zodiac begins with Aries, the vernal equinox, in the first house. Next up, Taurus in the second house. Throw that Mars sextile Jupiter. There you go. Huge release of negative energy. In addition to the aforementioned, let's just throw in again the moon exalted in Taurus. Taurus is all about serenity and releasing negativity, and the moon is just amplified in its exalted sign. It's time to speak your truth is another one. Mercury in Scorpio, again, amplified. And finally, a new potent ability to manifest. So, one of the things that we haven't acknowledged probably enough through this list is Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus in retrograde. So catch that Uranus, and if you've got something on your manifesting or bucket list that you'd like to bring in that is a little bit out of the usual, there you go. Use that Uranus energy in there as well. How fun was that? Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great full moon.